Good afternoon, you guys. I'm excited to show you the latest module of EfitX called the Challenge Plan. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to log into EfitX and I will show you my personal account. So as you noticed, this is our dashboard or AKA homepage, and you get a summary of what's going on with your training program. So to the left is the lifting volume. This is how much volume I lifted within the last 10 days. I could hit the 30-day button and get a 30-day reading, and you can see I'm a little bit behind. This changes color, so from red, orange, yellow, and then green. So if it's green, that means you are up to par with your lifting program. So I'm a little bit behind. To the right, you see the cardio progress, and you see I get a thumbs up. Because I have been cycling, I've been fulfilling my cardio goals. The icon will change. If you are not doing any cardio, you may get a sad face. You may get a different icon depending on your progress. As we scroll down, we get the total of all exercise calories expended. And resistance training afterburn cardio, that is all explained in one of my articles. RT afterburn, that's aka EPOC. And one thing you have to do resistance training a specific way if you want to develop more EPOC, but that will be explained in another video. As we scroll down even further, we get all expenditure. Now, of course, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this is explained in one of my articles as well, that there's different types of expenditure your body goes through every single day. BMR is your basal metabolic rate, but you also have what's called MAL, which is a metabolic activity level. So that has to be adjusted based on your daily activity, because BMR is never really an accurate reading. Okay, so you have resistance training, EPOC, and cardio. And if you tap this, you could actually modify the graph so you could for better viewing. As you can see, 1940, that's how many calories per day estimated that I'm doing right now based on a 10-day average. When we scroll down even furthermore, we get a weight loss analysis, and these are calorie suggestions. If I eat 1940, based on the statistics that I'm creating, I will have minimum change. If I start eating 1649, I will have a moderate weight loss. And if I want to be aggressive, I could eat 1358. So this is where we get into more details. We are going to press this button called See Your Challenge Plan. And when we press that, EfitBot uses AI, and it kind of tells you what to do. It calculates how many calories you should eat, how much cardio you should do per week, and how much resistance training to fulfill all your goals. Now, I'm going to show you in a few minutes here, or a few seconds here, how to change these settings. However, when you hit one of these boxes, you get another summary of a breakdown of what that is. So 1424 calories is actually 125 grams of protein, 160 grams of carbs, and 32 grams of fat. So when you start eating foods, you start reading it in grams anyway when you want to break down the macros. Cardio, you can see 725. If we hit the drop down button, we get 72 minutes at 125 BPMs. Now, keep in mind, this is configured for me. It's not configured for everybody because I weigh 149 pounds. If you weigh more and your age, you're going to have different readings. Okay, so 72 minutes for me, that means I have to do maybe 2 sessions this week of cardio to fulfill that, 2 sessions of 36 minutes. Okay, so that, it doesn't have to be done in one session, 72 minutes in one day, because that means you're training once a week, which is not recommended. Okay, and then you have your total resistance, which is 669, and it gives you an idea of how long that takes to fulfill. If you're advanced level, it could be done in 83 minutes. If you're intermediate, probably 2 hours. So that means you would break it down to like a Monday, Friday workout. You fulfill this 66,000 points of volume. Okay, and on the bottom, we get your BMR. My current BMR is 1676. And then this equates to about a pound a week weight loss. So EfitBot calculates all this for you based on your settings and based on the activity that you perform weekly. So let's go ahead and tweak some of these settings. If you notice on the bottom, what is that? I don't like that button. Okay, you notice on the bottom, you have a settings icon. Let's press that settings icon. And this is the model that perhaps you may need a assistance from a coach, because this is the model of your challenge plan. And in a nutshell, if this model works and you are losing weights and you're seeing the results you like, you don't change anything. You keep the slide settings the same until you hit a plateau, until you see like I'm not getting any results. And then you start sliding these controls to the right. So based on this, if you could fulfill this, it's too easy, you start sliding controls to the right. Now, I'm going to tweak it out and show you what happens. Let's say a person has a normal metabolism and they don't want to put hardly any effort into the workout, the minimum effort possible. Now, I don't know the reason why someone would want to do that, but there could be reasons. So let's go ahead and save that. And if we go back to our challenge plan, okay, it's having me eat 1,300 less. And you could see the cardio requirement's only 217 calories. That's done in 21 minutes. So my results are a lot less. I only could burn a half a pound. And my BMR is set quite low to 1544. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to settings by hitting that settings button on the bottom. And let's go all out. Let's go ahead and slide everything to the right. See the goal on the bottom? Still fat loss. Let's keep that for now. But let's go ahead and save and return to the challenge plan. And you can see calories went up a little bit, because to maintain that muscle, to be able to have energy to work out, you need a little bit more calories. Now, you could see 3,600 calories to burn per week. That would require around 360 minutes. So that's about 6 hours of cardio for the week for me if I were to keep these settings. Now, of course, just to remind everybody, it's based on your body weight and your age. So you got to remember, this is customized. Strength resistance, that would take a lot of effort. So I would have to produce this type of volume, 36,000 points of volume. I'll explain more detail. Well, there's actually articles to explain what volume is in the first place. So you can check that out at EfitX.com. But that takes a lot of commitment and whatnot. For total resistance, it would take a lot of time, a lot of effort. We're looking at, probably about 6 hours of weight training per week. So 306, I'm looking at that. 5 or 6 hours to fulfill that. So 5 to 6 hours of weight training, 6 hours of cardio, and then eating 1576 per day I'll probably lose 2 pounds per week. Now, it says 1.76, but keep in mind, water has a lot to do with your weight loss. If I were to do this, I'd probably lose another pound per week of water, because you're losing mass, which contains water, so you lose a little bit of water as well. Okay, back to settings again. Okay, so this profile is not going to work for me, and it shouldn't work for you. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and put cardio down. I'm not going to do that much cardio. Put our endurance level a little bit down, but keep our strength fairly high. Okay, so this seems a little more feasible. I'm going to change my goal to muscle gain. Hit save and go back to the challenge plan, and you can see, I get to eat a lot more. I get to eat 2,400 now. And when you scroll down, you get a gain. Can you see that? Gain of 1 pound of muscle. So based on these attributes, on these settings, if I fulfill this, I still got to do a little bit of cardio, 88 minutes of cardio, and then lift heavy for 95 minutes of heavy lifting per week. I could gain 1 pound of muscle, which is a lot. 1 pound of muscle per week is actually significant. All right, so back to settings, and you could see, I don't know, this may not be the ideal program I want right now. I still want to lose fat because of COVID-19. So we'll go back to probably the settings that I want is somewhere around there. So remember, when you input your workouts in weights such as this, you have guidelines on how to meet these goals. So based on the settings that I place right now, you could see the volume was not met. Okay, but I'll make it up probably in the next workout. But also with cardio, when you go to cardio, you have a graph, and you can see my cardio requirements are being met. As you can see, red is your performance, gray is your goal. Okay, and blue is what's actually happening, but you want to take the average of 10 days anyway. And then there's other tools or nutrition, but we're not into nutrition right now because a lot of people did not, in the previous history of using EfitX, a lot of people did not use the nutrition module, so we are going to ignore that for now. But if you want to use this tool, you could access it from the home page. Okay, you could access challenge plan here, or you could go to the main menu, go to tools, and then hit this top right hand button, and it'll show you the 4 icons or the 4 tools that you could use within this module. Okay, there you have it. That is an introduction to the challenge plan. This is probably one of the most useful features in the history of EfitX, so we hope we get clients to log in and try it out. And keep in mind, stay active, stay healthy, and keep working out.